Ladies and gentlemen, the senior class officers and Chancellor's Medal Award recipients. Now entering, members of the 50th year reunion, graduates of the 1964 classes from Lowell State College and Lowell Technological Institute. The 50th year reunion banner carriers are George Peroni and Stu Pierce. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2014 graduating class of the University of Massachusetts Lowell. The Francis College of Engineering is led by faculty marshals Peter Avidabo, Clifford Bruel, Edward Hadjick, Christopher Hansen, Maureen Howley, Stephen Johnston, Kanti Prasad, and Prakash Ray. The orange flag is carried by graduating senior CC Pham. The Manning School of Business with faculty marshals Yao Chen, Ralph Jordan, Karen Lin, and James Mahoney. Graduating senior Roger Millette holds the drab brown flag. The College of Sciences marched behind Faculty Marshals Nelson Eby, Zahara Fardmanesh-Karimi, Jessica Garb, Joshua Chien, Jennifer Gonzalez Augusta, James Graham Eagle, Anne Marie Hurley, Arthur Mittler, and Shana Roy. The yellow flag is carried by graduating senior Andrew Charla. The College of Fine Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences is led by Faculty Marshals Michelle Bazin, James Forrest, Sarah Kuhn, Gary Lynn, Keith Mitchell, Tom Panero Shields, Frank Sousa, Christoph Strobel, and Alan Wetmore. Senior Kevin Doherty holds the college's white flag. Now entering members of the UMass Lowell faculty, led by Chief Faculty Marshal Dr. Lisa Abdullah. Faculty members process by college and rank with full professors last. Their robes are a sea of color and represent all of the institutions from which they graduated. In just a moment, the Sheriff of Middlesex County, Peter Katusian, will lead the Chancellor's Party to the stage. The first members of the procession are the college deans, vice chancellors, cabinet members, trustees, political representatives, and distinguished guests. These include honorary degree and alumni award recipients. And finally, the mace bearer, President of the Faculty Senate, Professor Michael Carter, will escort Chancellor Meehan.
Mr. Sheriff, please give us a call to order.
As the High Sheriff of Middlesex County, I declare that the meeting will be in order.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as members of the university's Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps present the colors and join the UMass Lowell Chamber Singers in singing the national anthem.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jackie Maloney. I'm the Executive Vice Chancellor here at the University of Massachusetts Lowell. It's my distinct pleasure to welcome you all to our 23rd commencement ceremony. Congratulations, graduates. I know we'd all like to thank the UMass Lowell Chamber Singers for that lovely performance. And thanks too to our Air Force ROTC cadets for the presentation of the colors. UMass Lowell is proud to be designated as a military-friendly school by GI Jobs magazine. And we're very grateful to all of our students who are veterans, guardsmen, reservists, and those who are active duty military personnel. Would all of you here today who have served our country or are currently serving in the armed forces, please stand so that we may recognize you and thank you for your service. Thank you. I would now like to ask that we take a moment of silence to remember those graduates and loved ones who are unfortunately not able to be with us today. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mayor Rodney Elliott to bring greetings from the City of Lowell.
Good morning, everyone. Chancellor Meehan, graduates of the University of Massachusetts Lowell, family members, friends, distinguished guests, I welcome you to the City of Lowell. I'm pleased to be joined at this important celebration today by my colleagues on the City Council, as well as Superintendent of Lowell Public Schools, Gene Franco. This city is a place you graduating students know very well, but some of your guests may not know much about Lowell. This city, like this university, has long been a center of innovation. The mile of mills that line the Merrimack River were engineering marvels of the 19th century, and the same spirit of innovation that inspired the Industrial Revolution is alive and well in Lowell, Massachusetts today. More than ever before, the city and the university are connected in ways that benefit both partners. Lowell's rich heritage, cultural offerings, and ethnic diversity are the backdrop to the university and represent a great opportunity for students to gain life experience beyond the campus borders. The university's stabilizing presence and its students' residents enhance both our local economy and the quality of life in Lowell. The relationship between the city and UMass Lowell extends across a range of commercial, social, and cultural activities that are central to the ongoing vitality of both entities. Your experiences here helped form the people you will be, and they will stay with you forever. It is our hope, however, that today is just the beginning and not the end of your relationship with the City of Lowell. We hope Lowell will always be a special place for you, and we thank you for the contributions you have made here. Go forward, do great things, and strive to make a contribution to this city, your university, and your community. On behalf of the City of Lowell, I congratulate you. I wish you the best to the class of 2014.
And now, to bring greetings on behalf of the Massachusetts State Legislature, I have the pleasure of introducing Carol Fiola, representative of the 6th Bristol District.
Good morning to Chancellor Meehan, distinguished guests, soon-to-be graduates of UMass Lowell, family members and friends. I am pleased today to be joined at this important celebration today by my colleagues in the House of Representatives, Representative Diana DeZoglio and Representative and proud UMass Lowell alumnus, Jonathan Zlotnick. On behalf of Senate President Therese Murray and Speaker of the House Robert DeLeo and those we represent across the Commonwealth, I am honored to bring greetings from the Massachusetts Legislature. I can tell you from personal experience, your UMass degree can catapult you wherever you want to go. As a graduate of the class of 1982 from UMass Amherst, I am proud to welcome you to the illustrious rolls of UMass alumni. Today, I want to give a special shout out and congratulations to my daughter Lauren, who is graduating today. Congratulations to all of you at UMass Lowell class of 2014. Thank you, and go Riverhawks!
At this time, I would like to recognize members of the 50th year reunion class. Will the members of the 1964 classes of Lowell State College and Lowell Technological Institute please stand? Welcome back to campus. Thank you for being here. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to those of you watching the ceremony online today. UMass Lowell has a nationally recognized online program and would like to congratulate all of our online students as well. Congratulations. And now I would like to recognize UMass Lowell alumnus, former trustee, and former honorary degree recipient, Charlie Hoff, who is with us today. Mr. Hoff is an entrepreneurial venture capitalist who has established the largest privately financed scholarship program in the history of Massachusetts. In his honor, UMass Lowell recently dedicated the Charles J. Hoff Alumni Scholarship Center on campus to serve as the home of our alumni. Thank you for being here with us today, Charlie. We are also honored to have with us Dr. Marcelette Williams, Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Student Affairs, and International Relations from the University of Massachusetts President's Office. And from the Board of Trustees, we are pleased to welcome Trustees Norm Peters and Student Trustees Nolan O'Brien from UMass Boston and Philip Jeffrey from UMass Lowell. And now our trustee, Philip Jeffrey, will introduce our student commencement speaker.
It is my honor to introduce someone who was one of the first people I met at the university. He's been a mentor to me and a friend. I'd like to welcome Corey Lanier, who is graduating today with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, to deliver the student address on the behalf of the graduating class.
Chancellor Meehan, distinguished faculty, families, and fellow graduates, good morning. Today marks a monumental occasion. I remember one of my first experiences as a UMass Lowell student was sitting in this very area at Convocation. It's amazing to think about how much has changed in only 4 short years. Take this very building, for example. We now have a nationally ranked entertainment venue. We're the last collective class to remember what it was like to have the bus drop us off by Coburn Hall. As a class, we saw the Riverhawks go from winning just 5 games our freshman year to taking home the national championship 2 years in a row. We all saw Riverview and University Suites go from a rumor to an idea to a place that I just called home. And while the administration, faculty, and staff played a very important role in this transformation, they didn't do this alone. UMass Lowell was able to transform into a top-tier university thanks to all of you, my peers. We as people have undergone a similar transformation. We came to this university as wide-eyed freshmen, looking for a place to fit in. We wanted guidance, knowledge, companionship, and so much more. And while we still have more to learn, we have direction now. I started my collegiate career a first-generation college student, like many others here, not knowing what possibilities were available. I was inspired by my classmates to join the Model United Nations team and compete in Canada and Scotland. Today, I am someone who has experienced various cultures and learned about being a global citizen. Whether you've left the country or you've never left Massachusetts, each of us has been a part of something that helped shape our paths. The journey we started several years ago has opened our eyes to the world, and this self-discovery has taught us about who we are and who we want to be. Getting to this point, though, wasn't always easy. We had to make some sacrifices. I know for me, it meant taking out extra loans, working as many hours as I could, and staying up late into the night to finish a term paper. And I'm not alone. We've all had to sacrifice something to get to where we are. The UMass Lowell student is a hardworking and dedicated student. Each and every one of us is not given this degree. We had to earn this privilege of calling ourselves UMass Lowell alumni. I feel we as UMass Lowell graduates are better prepared for this world than anyone else. We've heard our slogan countless times: work ready, life ready, and world ready. But this university really takes that to heart. We've been given countless opportunities for experiential learning. We've been able to immerse ourselves into various cultures. All of these experiences lead to not just a well-rounded student, but a well-rounded person. These lessons have shaped us as people and left us knowing more about the world around us. Never take these lessons for granted, because we are among a select few who possess this level of education. Only a third of people over 25 have a bachelor's degree. This means we now have the tools necessary to strive forward. No longer is it time to look up to role models. It's time to be a role model, to inspire the next generation. Class of 2014, I challenge you to never give up on yourself. I challenge you to be the leaders your wide-eyed younger self always dreamed of becoming. Our university was built upon the idea that anyone can attain an education and make an impact with it. Let's show the world what we can do. The members of the senior class, following a tradition established by their predecessors, have arranged for an expression of appreciation to the university. To make this presentation, I have the honor to present Marie-Louise Aka, President of the senior class.
Chancellor Meehan, on behalf of the 2014 senior class, please accept this token of our appreciation.
Thank you, Marie, and thank you, Corey. Didn't Corey do a great job? Those graduates who made a contribution to the senior class gift were able to vote for a tree, a bench, or an art piece that would be placed at University Crossing. Future students will see this gift and remember the class of 2014 was here. I am happy to reveal that the winning vote was for the tree. I also want to acknowledge those who made a contribution. They were given a white tassel to wear today, and I can see a lot of them here. And I want to thank all of you for contributing to this class gift. It's very important that our alums contribute to the university. So all of you wearing the white tassel, thank you very much. Welcome, class of 2014. And welcome to the family, friends, and loved ones of our proud graduates. I have to tell you, participating in this event is the best part of my job. It is an opportunity for all of us to celebrate the completion of your coursework and recognize your academic accomplishments. But more than that, it is a day when the university sends you off, prepared for meaningful lives and careers and success in a fast-changing, globalized world. I know your potential for success. I am confident that you have much to offer society, and I am grateful that all of you chose UMass Lowell, and even more grateful that you've chosen to work hard and succeed here. The UMass Lowell community is proud of what you've achieved. The university's goal is to provide a transformational education for all of our students. And as we strive for excellence in every aspect of this university, we are also transforming campus life here at UMass Lowell. The class of 2014, more than any in my 7 years as chancellor, has experienced this incredible transformation. You've enjoyed the best the university has had to offer: state-of-the-art technology in classrooms, laboratories, and libraries, new and renovated academic buildings, residence halls, and dining facilities. This Songa Center, if we didn't have this Songa Center, imagine being outside today. The Inn and Conference Center becoming a dynamic hub for university life, and the elevation of all of our sports to Division I, and the doubling of the number of student organizations. The changes at this university have been remarkable, and they will continue. Most importantly, more of you than ever have persevered and accomplished your goal of achieving a degree. The class of 2014, 3,478 strong, is the largest graduating class in the history of this university. Please stand so we can applaud your achievement. This is extremely gratifying because it shows that our efforts to offer a rewarding college experience and create a vibrant campus life are working. It also shows that as students, you recognize the value of the education that you are receiving. In the undergraduate class, 34 of you have earned associate's degrees. 2,455 have earned bachelor's degrees. In business and engineering, fine arts, health and humanities, liberal arts, and social sciences. At a ceremony later today, the health sciences bachelor's degrees will be awarded. 863 will receive a master's degree, and 100 people will earn their doctorates. We are a more diverse community than ever before. Your class includes graduates from 43 states and 79 countries. 1/6 of you are international students, nearly quadrupling the global diversity of last year's class. Nearly 1/4 of you identify yourselves as part of an ethnic minority group. And many of you, like I was, are the first in your families to earn a college degree. Now, as the Chancellor, I'm especially pleased that more than 1/3 of you are graduating with honors. Fourteen of you are graduating with a perfect 4.0 GPA. Now, as proud as I am of the many accomplishments, I would be remiss if I did not remind you that you have achieved so much in part because of family and friends, partners and mentors who have helped you get to this day. These are the people who loved you and believed in you. And we should take a moment now to recognize their emotional and financial support. As we've been joined by such a large number of students from such diverse backgrounds and such a broad array of interests and goals, the university community has worked hard to meet your needs. We have academic partnerships with 110 universities in more than 40 countries in Europe, Asia, Africa, the Middle East, North America, and Australia. Over the past 4 years, 446 of our students have prepared for the ever-shrinking world by studying abroad in 36 different countries. The prestige of the university is climbing daily. We see it in our rapid rise in the independent rankings and increased recognition by news organizations across the country. The university's growing profile enhances the value of all of our degrees. Your accomplishments would not be possible without the tireless effort of our superb faculty members who have played such a huge role in helping you to this day. They do an outstanding job, and we thank them. And I am grateful to our dedicated team of staff, alumni, and friends in the university, all of whom make an extraordinary contribution. Please join me in applauding the faculty and all of the rest of our alumni. In recent years, you have witnessed economic turmoil, global conflict, and a host of troubling social issues that face every community. But by completing the education we're celebrating today, you're in a far better position, not only to support yourselves, but also to contribute to the solutions we need in today's world. I am confident that you are ready, willing, and able to offer your knowledge, skills, and strengths to help solve society's problems. This Commonwealth and this country needs you, and I know that all of you are ready. We have tracked more than 160,000 hours of community service by our students, both locally and abroad this year. We expect to be named again to President Obama's Higher Education Community Service Honor Roll for the 5th year in a row for our commitment to community engagement. I am so proud that so many of you recognize the need to give of yourself to help make this world a better place. It is my hope that as graduates, you will remain active citizens who become deeply engaged in your communities, because it is my experience and my belief that better towns, better schools and neighborhoods, better countries, and better societies result from citizens who are engaged, who are involved, in taking pride in where they live. Thank you for all you have done. Even though today we are celebrating your attainment of a great achievement, we call this ceremony Commencement because it is the beginning of the rest of your lives. And while you may move away, the bond that you have formed with UMass Lowell can and should last a lifetime. As an alum, you will remain important members of our university community. Make us proud in all that you do, in work and in your lives, and be good ambassadors for this university. Come back. Let us know how you're doing. Swing by to see the progress that we're making in new buildings and see how the university will continue to change. Attend a concert right here at the Sanger Center, a symposium at the UMass Lowell Inn and Conference Center, or come to one of our big athletic events. We are Division I. It's going to get better and better and better. Keep in touch with your friends and your professors. Many of you are going directly to graduate school, some of you are looking for jobs, and many of you already have found them. But let me offer a suggestion that I make each year. When you get your first paycheck, take someone else to lunch who helped you get here. Pay for it. And also, write a check for scholarships for the University of Massachusetts Lowell. Congratulations on all that you have done. This is a great day. At this time, I want to invite Norm Peters to bring greetings on behalf of the UMass Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Marty. Chancellor Meehan, faculty, staff, graduates, parents, and friends of the graduates, honorary degree recipients, and other distinguished guests. On behalf of the entire University of Massachusetts family, I want to congratulate all of the graduates for achieving this important milestone in your lives. This is an important day for you and your families. I also congratulate the exceptional individuals who are honorary degree and alumni award recipients. They are quite an impressive group. Each year, the University of Massachusetts educates more than 72,000 students, with nearly 17,000 of them here in Lowell. UMass is a world-class research institution whose pursuit of knowledge leads to cures for disease, development of new technologies, entrepreneurial approaches to business, and new methodologies to understanding social problems. We are bringing forward innovation not only in science and technology, but also in the creative economy and policy and government. I extend special thanks to Chancellor Meehan and his team for doing an exceptional job leading the Lowell campus in its renewal with world-class facilities that enrich our student experience and provide our public service mission. University of Mass Lowell is clearly moving in the right direction, with enrollment soaring, with research funding and the endowment rising to higher levels, and with the remarkable success of the student athletes. Each of you has contributed to the success of this institution, and I thank you for that. Graduates, today you join the ranks of our proud UMass alumni, a bond you will carry forever. UMass alumni have helped change the world from every conceivable perspective, and now you will have the same opportunity and the same mandate to change Massachusetts, our country, and the world. As part of your journey ends, many, many more lie ahead for you. Follow in the footsteps of the University of Massachusetts graduates who have come before you and make the world a better place. Congratulations and best wishes for great success as you go out in the world to continue your life's journey.
Thank you, Norm. At each commencement exercise, the university is pleased to recognize graduating students by presenting awards for distinguished achievement and service to this university. Last night, at a special reception, we honored those students who have achieved excellence in academics, athletics, and community service. Would those of you who were honored last night please stand as your name is read to be recognized? Please hold your applause. I say this every year, they don't hold the applause. But please hold your applause until all the names are read. Marie Louise Aka, Brittany Anderson, Kimberly Chow, Daniel Joseph Cook, Victoria Lee Crenshaw, Kimberly Christine Howell, Courtney James, Corey Lanier, Wildine Snoo Luis, James Patrick McDermott, Mallory Mulligan, Pierre Onsager, Sammy Ortiz, Rochelle Paquette, Benjamin Paré, Deborah Paul, Katerina Thanatopoulos, Carol Thibodeau, Heather Wyatt. Congratulations on your outstanding achievement. At this time, I'd also like to recognize those who are graduating from the Commonwealth Honors Program. Will all those individuals graduating from the Commonwealth Honors Program, please stand to be recognized. Congratulations. Would those of you who are in the audience today who are alums of UMass Lowell please stand to be recognized? It is great to see so many of you here today as guests and family and friends of our graduating class. Commencement is also a time to honor our outstanding alumni for their professional and public service contributions. This year, the university is proud to recognize two individuals as recipients of the Distinguished Alumni Award. I would like to invite Dean Kathy Carter to introduce this year's Distinguished Alumni Awardees.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Kathy Carter, and I'm the Dean of the Manning School of Business at UMass Lowell. The university is proud to recognize Jerry Colella, class of 1978, and Joyce Colella, class of 1977, as the recipients of the Distinguished Alumni Award. Jerry and Joyce, your extraordinary success in your professional lives and your generosity in giving your time, money, and advice to UMass Lowell make you worthy of the title Distinguished Alumnus. Thank you for your support of the university. Jerry and Joyce, we proudly recognize your accomplishments and present you with the 2014 Distinguished Alumni Award.
Today, the university awards Doctor of Humane Letters to 4 individuals whose achievements have illuminated our times, challenged our way of thinking, and sought to enhance our world. In a special tribute to their accomplishments and as an expression of appreciation from this university, the UMass Board of Trustees have voted to confer at this ceremony Doctor of Humane Letters upon distinguished individuals present here. 3 of these awards will be presented during this ceremony, with a 4th to be presented at the graduate ceremony this afternoon. Distinguished University Professor Steve McCarthy, one of my favorite faculty members, will present our first Doctor of Humane Letters recipient. Steve?
Thank you, my favorite chancellor. It is my distinct honor to welcome Professor Brian McCraw to receive his Doctor of Humane Letters. Brian, you were one of the pioneers of the Emerging Technologies Conference Series, a collaborative partnership between UMass Lowell, Dublin City University, and Queen's University Belfast, the first of which was held here at UMass Lowell in 2009. The next year, when we saw you at your inauguration, you were president of Dublin City University in 2010. As president, you introduced the concept of the University of Enterprise. You are renowned internationally for your research on optical chemical sensors and biosensors, and serve as a member of the Royal Irish Academy, a Fellow of the Institute of Physics, a Fellow of the SPIE, and a Fellow of the Irish Academy of Engineers. You were a visiting scientist at the U.S. Naval Research Laboratory in Washington in 1997, working on biowarfare detection. Subsequently, you became a founding director of the National Center for Sensor Research at Dublin City University. In 2005, you led the establishment of the Biomedical Diagnostics Institute at DCU and were appointed as its first director. You received your bachelor's degree in physics at NUI Galway, where you also completed master's and doctoral degrees in optical spectroscopy and laser materials. In 1986, you joined the staff of Dublin City University, where you have played an active role in teaching physics and research in the areas of optical chemical sensors and biosensors, biomedical diagnostics, and nano-biophotonics. You also have had a substantial involvement in STEM education, focusing on the physics teaching and gender imbalance in STEM. Currently, you are chairing the STEM Education Review Group for the Irish government. Brian, for your significant and ongoing contributions to education and the field of sensory research, the University of Massachusetts Lowell is proud to confer upon you its highest honor, Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
So, Brian, by the power given to me by the UMass Board of Trustees, I hereby award you this honorary degree. Congratulations.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Charlie Hoff, and it is my honor to welcome John Policino to receive his Doctor of Humane Letters. John, you are a 1967 graduate of Lowell Technological Institute with a degree in industrial management. After graduating from Lowell Tech, you earned a master's degree in engineering management from Northeastern University. You are currently CEO of Group 3 International Limited, a Florida corporation that designs, manufactures, and markets travel gear products under the Winger, Swiss Army knife, and BMW trademarks, as well as numerous private label brands. Group 3, which began as a small boutique wholesale company, now distributes more than 60 products through Target stores alone, and has generated more than $600 million in sales since 2003. In the late 1970s, you worked at Polaroid Corporation as Director of Industrial Engineering, before moving on to American Tourister in 1980, where you became President and CEO 2 years later. Over your 14-year tenure, your company sales grew from $30 million to $150 million before the company was sold to Samsonite in 1993. You and your wife, Joy, established the Policino Tong Family Foundation Scholarship Fund for students in the Manning School of Business. In recognition of your generosity, the university is naming its new business school building in honor of you and your wife. You are a member of the Chancellor's External Advisory Task Force and the Manning School of Business Advisory Board. John, your life's journey and path to success is a compelling example for us all. For your entrepreneurial spirit and generous giving of your expertise and financial support to UMass Lowell, the university is proud to confer upon you its highest honor, Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privilege thereunto pertaining.
I'm honored to welcome Joy Tong to receive her Doctor of Humane Letters. Joy, you are widely recognized as one of the leading creative forces in the travel goods industry. You are the only recipient of the coveted Industrial Designers Society of America's Gold Award for luggage design and have been awarded numerous patents. Both an industry innovator and a first-rate entrepreneur and marketer, you founded Group 3 International Limited in 1984 and now serve as the company's president and creative director. From a small Fifth Avenue office in New York's Fashion District, you and your husband, John, have steadily and successfully led the company's phenomenal growth, turning an ambitious startup with a great design concept into an industry-leading company of truly global stature. Born and raised in Taiwan, your parents fled mainland China during the Communist Revolution. After earning a bachelor's degree at the World School of Journalism in Taipei, you worked in publishing with McGraw-Hill in Singapore before coming to the United States to teach in the linguistics department at Cornell University. You moved to New York City to enter a retail management program at Bloomingdale's and began your career in consumer marketing and fashion design, moving on to positions with Procter & Gamble and Johnson Matthey Corp's Bag Lab before founding Group 3. As we said, you and your husband have established most generously the Pulicino Tong Family Foundation Scholarship, and we're pleased to name the building in your honor. Joy, your life's journey and path to success is a compelling example to us all. For your entrepreneurial spirit, creative talents, and financial support, the university is proud to confer upon you its highest honor, the Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, with all the rights, privileges thereunto pertaining. Congratulations. It is my pleasure now to introduce this year's commencement speaker. Maybe that's enough. Scientist, engineer, comedian, author, inventor. He is a man with a mission to help foster scientifically literate society and to help people everywhere understand and appreciate the science that makes our world work. Making science entertaining and accessible is something that Bill has been doing for most of his life. He graduated from Cornell with a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. After which he moved to Seattle to work as an engineer with Boeing. It was there that he began to combine his love of science with his flair for comedy. Eventually, he made the transition from engineer to comedy writer and performer, and Bill Nye the Science Guy was born. The television program by that name would inspire an entire generation to become interested in science. And my guess is many of you are here this morning. How many of you remember were fans of the show? He won 7 Emmy Awards for writing, performing, and producing the show. The show won 18 Emmys in 5 years, including 7 for sound design, which was shared by UMass Lowell sound recording technology alum Tom McGurk, who's here with us today. He has since hosted 4 other television series and continued to educate, entertain, and fight for science's place in education and in our national conversations. His recent television appearances on the reality of danger of climate change and the importance of science education have included NBC's Meet the Press, CNN's Crossfire, Late Night with Seth Meyers, and last week, in a very, very funny piece, Tonight with John Oliver on HBO. It was a great piece. When we announced that Bill Nye would be here to address you, Boston Magazine called him the region's best commencement speaker. And the Today Show highlighted him as one of the 4 most interesting commencement speakers in the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our 2014 commencement speaker, Bill Nye.
Thank you. I am not worthy. Thank you all so much. Distinguished faculty, parents, guests, alumni, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Riverhawks of all ages, and especially graduates, welcome and congratulations. You made it. Very nicely done. When I managed to get out of, when I was graduated, after those few relaxing, easy years in engineering school, our world was full of trouble. During my college years, we wound down a miserable war in Southeast Asia. We experienced an energy crisis in which people waited in their cars in long lines for fuel. Gasoline prices along the Lowell connector skyrocketed to over 50 cents a liter. It's $2 a gallon, everybody. Now, we're the last country. I'm hoping someday we'll get liters in gasoline as well as in other things. Back then, we were still in the throes of the disco era. We had leisure suits, the Chevy Vega, the Ford Pinto. I mean, everybody, these were things that no designer, no engineer, and especially no lawyer could be proud of. Now, we're in the depths of the most serious environmental crisis in human history. And in that, I include the most recent ice age, because things are happening faster than ever before. But I believe you all can help us avoid disaster. But I'm also hoping you can help us avoid another disco era. When my great-grandmother refused to let my grandmother go for a ride on the Wright brothers' new flying machine in College Park, Maryland, there were about 1.75 billion people in the world. During World War II, while my father worked a shovel in Japanese prisoner of war camp, and my mother was a Navy lieutenant and a cryptographer working to decipher the German Enigma code, our human population had risen significantly. It went from 1.75 to 2.3 billion, just a couple of decades. As a boy at the New York World's Fair in 1965, I remember well a very large display, a total board, a tote board, depicting the estimated human population of the world. It fascinated me. It was like the anticipation of watching the car's odometer change from 99,999 into 100,000 miles. And I say change, I mean it rolled. There was a mechanism in there. Mileage indicators back then had moving parts. But unlike a record turntable, you couldn't really use them to make music. For that, if you wanted music, you had to wait for the vacuum tubes to warm up. Older reference, lost on many of the younger listeners. While we were at the World's Fair, the world's population changed from 2,999,999,999 people in the world to 3 billion. 3 billion humans on Earth. Around Halloween of your sophomore year, we got to 7 billion. 7 billion people in the world. Today, there are about 129 million humans born every year, while about 53 million die every year. That means there are about 2 more people on our planet with every passing second. And by the time you all reach your billionth second here on Earth, when you're a little over 6 months into your 31st year, we will probably be over 9 billion, and perhaps well on our way to 12 billion humans on Earth. What this means is we are all part of the problem. We are all consuming resources. We are all part of the crisis of climate disruption. But your parents and I want you, especially, to create the solutions. And I dare say, change the world. I believe that if the graduates of 2014 go into the world ready for change, change will happen. So please, consider the following. Thank you. Reckoning our role in the growth of the world's population is one thing, but there's another thing. The world is changing in another way, a way reckoned not by the thousands of millions, but by the thousandths of thousandths, the millionths. This year, we are officially over 400 parts per million of carbon dioxide above the Earth in our atmosphere. Our remarkable quality of life here in the developed world depends on electricity, much of which is made by burning old fuel, which produces carbon dioxide. And here's some very bad news, everybody. We will never run out of fossil fuels. We'll never use it all up, not for centuries. Sure, there is less oil, and less especially of that really sweet Appalachian crude than there ever used to be. But there is also oil sand, and tar sand, and oil shale, and soon it may be called by some new euphemism like shale tar. And of course, there are enormous quantities of coal, nothing but coal, everywhere, all over the world. And it was left here when there were no termites to chew it all up. Right now, no one pays for the smoke and the gas that burning coal creates. So people worldwide will just keep digging it up and keep burning it. Now, when I rode my bicycle to the first Earth Day on the National Mall in 1970, I locked my bike to a U.S. flagpole at the Washington Monument. I mean, Washington was a small town back then, and I celebrated that I had not produced any pollution, and because I had not driven a car. It seems a little hard to believe now, but here in the United States, along with rivers that caught on fire, we had air pollution so thick. How thick was it? It was so thick that it killed people in their sleep. That would still be happening. It would almost certainly be a great deal worse now if it were not for the people who fought for change. But with air quality regulations in place, Lethal clouds of pollution don't happen here anymore. People in other parts of the world, in the factories of India and China, are facing the same problems and clamoring for the same kinds of improvement in their air. It is another opportunity for leadership. While toxic fogs are a thing of the past, coal emissions still cause about 200,000 premature deaths in the United States alone. It's hard to estimate how much bigger that number is elsewhere. Our fossil fuels are altering the climate of the world. Rising temperatures and shifting weather patterns bring their own dangers and enormous economic costs. Think how much work didn't get done because of the polar vortex. The grounded flights, the trains that didn't leave the stations, and the cars that wouldn't start. I mean, yes, you got to skip a few classes, but it was not cheap. What we need are new ways to provide electricity, new types of transportation, and new approaches to doing business. These will be the technologies and the ideas that you are going to create and we can export. Right now, the most difficult problems we face with regard to global warming are not the technical ones. Those are huge and challenging, to be sure, and I hope you get to work on them right away, like this afternoon. But even harder than the technological troubles are the political ones. As preposterous as it might sound to many of us, there are a great many people who claim that climate change is a hoax perpetrated by an international conspiracy of scientists and government officials. Oh, would but it were that simple. If there were a conspiracy, our path forward would be easy. None of us would be responsible for climate change. It would be those bad guys. All we'd have to do is expose them, and everything would be fine. But my friends, there is no such thing. Have you ever tried to get along with a bunch of scientists? I mean, they're at each other's throats and they're happy about it. I mean, climate change is happening because we are all using the atmosphere for chemical energy and as a place to dump our airborne carbon. It's a much more complicated problem than any that could be caused by a few misguided conspirators. Conspiracy theories are for lazy people, people that don't want to get down to business at hand. So everybody, please dismiss those ideas at once. The U.S. cannot wait for the others. We have to overcome the notion that since other large carbon dioxide emitters like China, Russia, and India have not come around to the idea of reducing emissions, then the United States in the class of 2014 shouldn't either. For me, this point of view is just heartbreaking. The United States leads the world in technology and in big ideas. We do not sit by and let other countries show us how to innovate. Workers in China and India will soon demand a higher quality of life along with more real income. We want you to show them how to make that happen. When you hear people saying that we do not need to lead, that we should wait until the rest of the world has taken action, stay calm and dismiss that argument at once. You have work to do. You have to get out there and change the world. Yes! As you may know, I spent an evening in eastern Kentucky this year debating a creationist who doesn't accept the scientific discoveries that we all embrace to run our society. Neither do he nor many of his followers believe in climate change, and not for any especially good reason. They just don't. And it would have been just a quaint encounter involving me and a man with very limited critical thinking skills. But he and his followers seem to control millions of dollars and a great deal of this country's politics. And they are not alone. Here in the United States, less than a third of our fellow citizens acknowledge the troubles that lie ahead. We have to engage them. We have to bring them around so that we can all get to work and, dare I say it, change the world. And I think we can. Here's why. We are at a tipping point. With just a little bit more education, with just a little bit more engagement, a little bit more discussion, with a few more hilarious comedy bits, people in the United States will join citizens of other countries and get to work on climate change. I want you to be ready. I want you to spark this movement and give it direction. I want you to change the world. Now, as an environmentalist, I'm a fan of wasting less. That would be common sense. I mean, if you drive less, we'll burn less gas, for example. If we waste less clean water, we'll have more clean water. But these are the easy examples. That would be the low-hanging fruit. Instead of just doing less, we have to find ways to do more with less. That's the key to the future. You are University of Massachusetts Lowell graduates. You really are among the best in the world at thinking about new arrangements, new tools, and new elegantly engineered designs to reach for what I like to call the high-hanging fruit, the big prizes, the great big prizes. And that's what we want you to do for us. I'm not kidding. Change the world in new, exciting, and big ways. Wait till you see them off your coast. Wind turbines are cool. You're going to love them. They'll be a source of pride. The solar cell that powers my never-winded watch is around 10% efficient, which is plenty for a watch. But what if it were 50% efficient or 80% efficient? Here's hoping UMass Lowell material scientist becomes the inventor or the venture capitalist or the lawyer who would grasp the value of this discovery and protects the idea. He or she would change the world. If you could invent a better battery, one that can store more energy using less exotic metal, one that could handle the heat without the loss of performance or just plain catching on fire, which you don't want in a battery. We could store energy from the wind and the sun and have it available whenever we need it. We would change the world, all right. But if you were the inventor or the venture capitalist or the attorney that protected it, you not only would change the world, there's a very good chance you would, dare I say it, get rich! It is sobering for me, and perhaps for more than a few of your parents, to consider that many of you all, UMass Lowell University graduates, know more physics than Isaac Newton and Albert Einstein did. You all know more about the universe than Galileo or Copernicus knew. I can guarantee you that significant discoveries will be made in your lifetime that will change the world. We hope some of you sitting here today will be the ones that make those discoveries. Imagine this. When I was a kid, no one had a good theory as to what happened to the ancient dinosaurs. The best scientific exploration sounded like a fairy tale. My second grade teacher, Mrs. McGonigal, read it to us. The dinosaurs had small brains. They were stupid. So mice and bats beat up the dinosaurs and took their food. Really. But in my lifetime, everybody, we discovered the meteoric impact crater near Chicxulub, Mexico. The ejecta from that collision shot out over a diameter bigger than the Earth itself. It went halfway to the moon. It was like science fiction, except it was real. And by the way, as a result of that discovery and last year's airburst over Chelyabinsk, Russia, and the very near miss of asteroid 2012 DA-14, people are at last appreciating the astonishing threat of an asteroid impact. You all are the first generation of engineers, scientists, educators, and foreign policy wonks who can get humankind to do something about an incoming asteroid. It is the only preventable natural disaster. What are you going to do? You're going to have a kinetic impactor, a light sail, solar sail spacecraft, a swarm of rock vaporizing lasers in space? It's going to have to be something someday. So we are counting on you. I'm claiming that there will be similar world-changing discoveries in the coming years, in your lifetimes. For example, recently, we've come to know that the universe is bigger than anyone ever thought. Not only that, it's getting bigger faster. Its expansion is accelerating. And do you know why? No one knows why. If a UMass Lowell engineer or scientist could figure it out, he or she may be able to control energy in a way that science fiction writers have only dreamed about. Maybe you all will find the darkons. You know, the darkons, the particles of dark. We've got dark matter, we've got dark energy, and you know, in physics, we love our particles. We love our neutrons, our photons, our tau mesons. Why not darkons? To exchange dark energy. I mean, to say nothing of the elusive Higgs, who doesn't love that. Darkons are they're just a little physics idea that I'm working on. I'll keep you posted. Along with the evidence of common sense, you know, my parents often remarked, common sense is not that common. Don't count on it. But researchers have proven scientifically that humans are all one people. We are one species. We're a lot like dogs in that regard. If a Great Dane interacts, can we say interact? Yeah. If a Great Dane interacts with a Chihuahua, you get a dog. That's all you get. I mean, some of my best friends are dogs, but all you're going to get is a dog. They're all one species. The same with us, everybody. The color of our ancestors' skin and ultimately my skin and your skin is a consequence of ultraviolet light, of latitude, and of climate. There really is no such thing as race. We are one species, each of us much, much more alike than we are different. We all came from Africa. Thank you. We are all made of the same stardust. We are all going to live and die on the same planet, this pale blue dot in the vastness of space. Along with all the stuff about making new great discoveries and changing the world, I'd like to give you some advice. I mean, it's your commencement, for crying out loud. Just some plain old advice, like if you smell fresh paint, don't walk under the ladder. Wear shoes in a thumbtack factory. And don't try to smoke in the rain. In fact, don't try to smoke at all. And let me say congratulations, UMass Lowell, it's smoke-free. Now, so here's what I think is an unusual piece of advice. But if you're going to get a bucket of water thrown in your face, untuck your shirt. I mean, you wouldn't think it would make that much difference. A cotton shirt like this one is hydrophilic. Water is going to stick to it, true enough, but a shirt tail, even a water-loving shirt tail, directs a great deal of that bucket blast around your waistband, so you get a lot less cold water in your trousers. I know this to be true because I did it many times on the science show. Mine was a unique experience. I'm telling you this just because it's not useful, I mean, obviously, but because there is a big idea here. Everyone you will ever meet knows something that you don't. And this is troubling for many of us know-it-alls. Auto mechanics today know how to debug software. Cooks know how to use copper to control the proteins in eggs. Bricklayers have an intimate knowledge of the strength of materials that most of us will never have. So respect their knowledge, learn from them. It will bring out the best in both of you. And by the way, once in a while, you've got to pick up other people's trash. Once in a while, to do a good job, you've got to take a bucket of water to the face. Now, along with all this troubling business of climate change, along with this clearly sage advice, as the CEO of the Planetary Society, I want you all to keep looking up. Keep looking up and out into the cosmos. Question things. There are two questions that we all ask. And I say if you meet people that say they've never asked these two questions, they're lying to you. They're kidding you. Where did we come from? Where did we all come from? And are we alone? Those two deep questions drive us all through our whole lives. And to answer those two questions, we have to continue to explore outer space. When I was in school, I had a remarkable professor, Carl Sagan. He spoke often about, I did. Yeah. I was just, look, everybody, I was just some guy in the back of the room. I was not, anyway, Carl Sagan spoke often about the possibility of life on other worlds. Well, my friends, class of 2014, it's possible that in the next few years, the extraordinary will happen. It's possible in the next few years we may discover evidence of life, some sort of fossil Martian microbe, a Mars probe perhaps, on that other world. It would utterly change this one. It would change the way each and every one of us thinks of his or her place in the cosmos, our place in space. We are very hopeful at the Planetary Society that we're going to send a mission to the moon of Jupiter, Europa, which has geysers spewing seawater into outer space. What if we found some sort of Europanian plankton? It would change everything. It would change the way each and every one of us thinks about our place in space. Now, when you put a message in a bottle and toss that bottle in the ocean, you might have some vague hope that it will be returned to you someday from someone in some exotic place, like Bacalhani, or Yangshen, or Buzzards Bay. But perhaps you're hoping to remotely touch someone you'll never meet. The Spirit, Opportunity, and Curiosity rovers, which are on Mars, are each fitted with a photometric calibration target, a test pattern for the cameras, which also serves as a sundial. And along the aluminum edge of each Mars dial, it says in very small letters, "To those who visit here, we wish a safe journey and the joy of discovery." And that, my friends, is the essence of science. The joy of knowing. That's what drives us. That's science. It brings out the best in us. It makes our species worthy of the future. And I often reflect on the words of my third grade teacher, Mrs. Cochran, and she told us, there are more stars in the sky than grains of sand on the beach. And there are, by any measure, a lot of grains of sand on a beach. I mean, they're more than you can count, for sure, but for most of us, they're more than you can imagine. I stood on the beach, it was in Delaware that summer, and I got to thinking about her assertion. Does she mean all the grains of sand that I can see? Does she mean the ones I can't see, the ones that must cover the beach a few meters deep? I mean, when the tide goes out, there's more sand, and I look behind me, there's sand, sand, sand. I look this way, 1,000 nautical miles that way, there's sand. Are you telling me, Mrs. Cochran, there are more stars than all of that? Well, apparently there are, by about a factor of 10. So in that long ago moment, I was paralyzed by self-doubt. I mean, I'm just a little kid standing on a beach, and that beach is one of many beaches on a planet that turns out to be, in the cosmic scheme of things, pretty small planet. A speck, really. Furthermore, my home speck, the Earth, is orbiting a star that is completely unremarkable. It's just another speck. And it's in a galaxy full of other specks, with a vastness of space full of more galaxies. I am a speck on a speck, orbiting a speck, with a bunch of other specks in the vast emptiness of specklessness. But wait. I realize that with my brain, which is only this big, and if you ever met him, my old boss, quite a bit smaller. But with your brain, you can imagine all of that. With your brain, you can understand the process of science that has enabled us to make these remarkable discoveries and build this remarkable facility and have these remarkable traditional academic traditions. With your brain, you can realize that this is wonderful. This is remarkable. This is venerable. This is worthy of respect. So, class of 2014, here's wishing you the joy of discovery, Keep reaching, keep seeking, keep using your abilities to bring out the best in those around you and in yourself. As you do, you can and you will, dare I say it, change the world. This has been an honor. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Oh, I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, thank you. Go get them, class of 2014. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ahmed Abdel Al, and I'm the provost of UMass Lowell. I would like to add my congratulations to those you have already heard today. Completing your degree program has required sacrifice, commitment, and hard work. We are indeed proud of your accomplishments, and we join your family and friends in applauding you. Yeah. Candidates for baccalaureate degrees will now be presented by college deans. This is the highlight of our ceremony today and what we are here to celebrate today. Out of respect for all graduates, we request that all graduates and family members remain seated until the conclusion of the ceremony. Chancellor Meehan, Dean Hartman, and Associate Dean Eby will now present undergraduate degree candidates from the College of Engineering.
Jennifer M. Scott.
Stephen Coombs.
Cece Pham.
Jesse Ewing.
Joseph P. Scola.
Alex Sorois.
Dennis Lemos.
Michael DeRosa.
Zachary Hanford.
Benjamin Hagee.
Rogers Benscomi.
William Edward Gottwald.
Michael Thomas Juskowitz.
Joanna Steele.
Patrick James Calhoun.
Adam McCabe.
Eric Andrew Flower.
Suman Days.
Travis Vera.
Uba Honora.
Alexander Charles Enos.
Daniel Miranda Ferreira.
Zach Durant.
Joseph Cernigliaro.
Timothy Wentzwell.
Benson Maturi.
John Uthin.
Jonathan Matumbo Mateba.
Wilson Bera.
Michael Dembowski.
Mikhail Vorosansky.
Calvin Leung.
Kevin LaBelle.
Kyler Gallant.
Andrew James Wisconski.
Peter Anthony Jones.
Jesse Hamilton.
Daniel T. Daly.
David Donald Thiessen.
Philip Mooney. Mercedes Mello.
Michael DeFay.
Maggie Riley.
Hannah Butera.
Stephanie Rose Kelly.
Laura Sitha.
Donna Marie Batista.
Luke Ripa Scondras.
Robert Ben Chim.
Sean Penny.
James Patrick McDermott.
William Cameron Gazine.
Hari Answager.
Joseph Leo Karen.
Michael Schaefer.
Brendan Sprague.
Nicholas Iorio.
Mark Gordian.
Christopher Daly.
Jonathan Lewis Ernst.
Michelle Chonard.
Julia Annette Eaton.
Tristan Belanger.
Jesse Kyle Carano.
Daniel Tai.
Horant Abdul Rauf.
Parth Patel.
Anas Alasaid Ali.
Parth Shah.
Ryan Ramon Rosario.
Mansoor Albreki.
Dulchin Hong.
Dan Hoshberg.
Othman Belgrini.
Fu Chen Chen.
Andrew Kal Moriarty.
Aria Jafarnajad.
Matthew Schneider.
Evan Harburl.
Darlene Robin Hemstreet.
Alvin K. Kaluma.
Kyle Bringen.
Andres Aponte.
Eric Raymond Christensen.
David Lavoy.
Manib Imad El Saka.
Gregory Paul Bangs Jr.
Anthony Barrasso.
David W. West.
Joseph Robert Marcolier.
Ali Al-Hazi Halzi.
William Ivan Teeter.
Mustafa Lubega.
George Mamounas.
Vivek Manthina.
Abdalal Aradan.
Halal Rahman.
Santosh Lamsal.
Tariq Iqbal.
Connor Patrick Sullivan.
Yashin Kickass.
Camille Kocha.
Vinti Lam.
Dennis Tolmachov.
Bree Skinner.
Danielle Regan.
Jerry Tangoy.
Nicholas Lutz.
Karima Irahi.
Kevin Kundis.
Probson Rancour.
Luke David Kresman.
Michael Alden Lou Turner.
Brandon Fernandez.
Matthew Fogarty.
Timothy John Sita.
Gregory Sear.
Daniel Paul Corrales.
Harrison Fry.
Aripan Patel.
Gabby Dager.
Jack Tu.
Ryan V. Pollock.
Luis Miguel Cornelius.
Sydney Rithi Ho.
Yancy Aquino.
Caleb A. Valdez.
Jamie Marie Craig.
Ramon Estevez.
Catherine Marie Proctor.
Matthew Polpecca.
Sean Gibson.
James Robert Murphy.
Jacob Peter Lauer.
Andrew Joseph Rabbit.
Anthony Cavalier.
Stefan Portnowski Tordekski.
Anders Hadley Rasmussen.
Meredith Carroll Roberts.
Peter Din.
Erica Schoberg.
Gito Giasanti.
Justin B. Loader.
Judith Bonomi.
Derek Compton Day.
Bethler Agi.
Cameron Gingras.
Farmad Kosanti.
Dylan TV Pfeiffer.
Ian S. Hardy.
William Flanagan.
Evan Thomas Flinkstrom.
Ezra Srawanga. Thank you.
James Robert Mitswingen.
Roy Edward Haight III.
Eric Stanton Faxton.
Carlton Russell Brule.
Iman Jameh.
Carolee Marie McDermott.
Scott W. Heel.
Neha Manaher.
Mark Prosopi.
Brendan Isabel.
Joseph Lozano.
Kyle Jendrick.
Joseph Michael Giamo.
David Bishara.
Robert John Dragoni.
Thomas Comeau.
Natalie Malconian.
Alexander Minora.
Zachary Scott Morris.
Brian Foster.
Christopher Charles Navian.
Sam Greenwood.
Patrick Thomas Restake.
John Anastasidis.
Jacob Benjamin Faxon.
Michael Stone.
Margaret McSpirit.
Tony Duong.
Nicholas Brisbos.
Adam Glode.
Christopher Walter Merrily.
Justin P. Kennedy.
Michael Donahue Jr.
Eric Anderson.
Timothy Arthur Roberts.
Brian David Norris.
Zachary Philip Green.
Eric Matthew Wilson.
Timothy John Chechowitz.
Richard Studley.
Desiree Toribio.
Isaac Grulon.
Tyler Allen Dubé.
Albert Edino.
Brett Michael Storo.
Sokarth Tiffany Soon.
Michael Brenham.
Neri Lee.
Ragva Akana.
Andrew Heon.
Jesmith Lopez.
Michael Tyler Dubé.
Cassandra Perkowski.
Brendan Gallahue.
Matthew David Dion.
Russell Souza.
Anna Clara Jovia.
Brian Feta.
Gregory McNeil.
Melvin Jimmy Glover.
Karen Viviana Yepin DeFinis.
Mario Stamtioa.
John Conroy.
Matthew Davis.
Bradley.
Benjamin Show.
Eric Brian Hogan.
Eric Drazen.
Edson Montrode.
James Michael Pell.
Yushi Tan.
Bradley David Wall.
Evans Bernard.
Vasily Peter Barras.
Jigar Patel.
Mateo Pocari.
Sofandara Chia.
Jason Mark Savory.
Sofana Leary Soy.
Michael Joseph Landry.
David Sage Fung.
Paul Michael Kingman.
Toshihiko Oka.
Jamie Daniel Munez.
Z Chang Ruan.
Allison Hill.
Krishna Nuong.
Edwin Corey Doonan.
Peter Hewitt.
Michael Murphy.
Kardam Soni.
Corey LeBlanc.
Bradley Scott Muse.
Matthew Furtado.
Hank Abel.
George Gonella.
Chase Bennett Howard.
Raul Galdamez.
John Paul Hamilton.
Fred Michael Corey.
Franklin Webb.
William Cashman Cannon.
Nicholas Stanley Lisinskis.
Brian Kendall Delphinius.
Donald R. Rediger.
Scott Geddes.
Harshal Tarar.
Nicholas Haley.
Courtney Rebecca Donahar.
Jeffrey Helly.
Robert E. Webster.
Thomas William Fraser.
Zongshan Huang.
Ryan Patrick Kane.
Timothy Fan.
Scott Deniz.
Eric Douglas O'Neill.
Jeremy Burke.
Laith M. Al-Sarabi.
Andrew Lloyd Burke.
Sue Chen.
Stephen Gano.
Mark Allen Thach.
Calbert Coster.
Chiaming Huang.
Matthew James Connolly.
Jeffrey Chung.
Samuel Fry.
Says Jade Kathleen Chen.
Anna Usayan.
Jordan Paul Clabo.
Matthew Kincaid.
Lionel Mulamba.
Jonathan Koo.
Furman Chakote.
Brian Earl Roberts.
Babola Abe.
Nicholas Zakas.
William Farmer.
Jonathan Bryan Dennis.
Giancarlo Paradiso.
Wayberth de Olivier.
Javier Guzman.
Philip Goodwin.
Kyle Martin Vigant.
Taylor O'Brien.
Tyler Flans.
Timothy Wilsmer.
Alexandri Sampio.
Devin Edward O'Neill.
Adine Advik.
Matthew Michael Hernan.
Agata Urban.
Limhot Tiv.
Ahmed Wali.
Brett Barron.
Jawad Magdoli.
John Pugh.
Matthew David Trudeau.
Tyler Eisner.
V. Nguyen.
Dylan Talmer.
Marianne Fernandez Lintang.
Liam McCann.
Mian Liu.
Eunice Anush. Idris M. Ali. Juan Ryan Liu. Moses Belando. Justin Sayers. Abdul Yasnif Mohammed Yusuf.
Chancellor Meehan, Dean Carter, and Associate Dean Andrews will present undergraduate degree candidates from the Manning School of Business.
Roger Millett.
Carly Lawrenson.
Justin Lee Taylor.
Allison Zeckner.
Sarifudi Chia.
Hillary Camo.
Amy Alexander.
Ashley Park.
Paul Chenard.
Adam Furtado.
Alex Mark Koramenika.
Stephen P. Foley.
Fonisa Luce.
Azez Begmwala.
Stephen Ruscio.
Christopher Lesnick.
Christopher Giese.
Michael Furchek.
Gregory John Pangiotakis.
Rebecca Arsenal.
Tan Tran.
Robert Durkin LaBeouf.
Christopher Findell.
Keela Higgins.
David LaRue III.
Candace Nicole Green.
Areti Comondros.
Harry Judge.
Abigail Radville.
Matthew Lawson.
Felicia Valenti.
Kevin Butkus.
Rachel Fernandez.
Matthew Johnson.
Kylie Jones.
Amanda Dean.
Mabel Botang.
Taylin Polanco.
Brian Brunel.
Leah Goodwin.
Shansetika Thorne.
Daniela Bradburn.
Chi Lu.
Genesis Castillo.
Craig Fernandez.
Abixadai Santos Hananis.
Mohammed Fahad Zahid.
Claudia Vargas Frigosa.
Daniel Whalen.
Kimberly Cho.
Michael James DeSimone.
Mallory Mulligan.
Boué Am.
Kimberly Howell.
Iman Ibrahim.
Daniel Cook.
Soperi Keo.
Wieldens Louise.
Tatiana Kamata.
Rudolph Betgen.
Randall Pimentel.
Michael Joyce.
Christopher Joseph Rossetti.
Stephen Mavroides.
Demetrius Lamar Armstrong.
Devin Amy Beretta.
Craig James Fitzgerald.
Scott T. Trindell.
Danny Nguyen.
Lawrence Sang.
Sunny Sutash Trivedi.
I.B. Pender Patrick Ibiwere.
Kayla Ann Haley.
Cindy Garcia.
Habib Lamptey.
Michael Duchesne.
Michael Zangri.
Megan Brown.
Christian Habitaire.
Catherine Rich.
Kerry Regan.
Jillian Solari.
Beatrice Ndungo.
Olgard Hasko.
Deanna Musto.
Mohammed Khan.
Charles Bavaro.
Azaz Zahirudin.
Laura Scarini.
Suyesh Biyakni.
Joshua Paul Stone.
Peter Maloney.
Dean Moran.
George Mensa.
Sean Carnes.
Teddy Sayonkon.
Ryan Anand Singh.
Christopher Kenneth Hurtubise.
Kerry Weldon.
Kelly Ann Mahoney.
Julie Sray Long.
Molly Ellen Codier.
Christopher Danas.
Rosemarie Scott.
Dean Danas.
Jessica Yvette Garcia.
Vinak Peck.
Kimberly Aponte.
Peter James Danas.
Oliver N. Scarborough.
Devin Lee Hatch.
Tina Liu.
Christian Murray.
Mai Tran.
Vincent Joseph DePiero.
Cho Q Chan.
Anthony Garcia.
Lin Thu Lee.
Alexander Danas.
Shandana Henkonda.
Jeremy Favel.
Jennifer Jones.
Brianca Mondosaro.
Sarah Matar.
John Meyer.
Maretti Horn.
Tapasia Boma.
Dalina Van.
Judith Gitai.
Kemavoti Kong.
Mary Lady Dorival.
Samantha Kiev.
Kelsey Beavis.
Tuan Chow.
Sagert Ranios.
David Marr.
Liliana Josani Garcia.
Ethan Krieger.
Darlene Cruz Hernandez.
Daniel Pare.
Tina Somalia Lore.
Sean Burke.
Melissa Efforts.
Keelan Connolly.
Rebecca Papa.
Cody Nichols.
Ryan Downing.
Lisa Woolrich.
Peter Vasapoli.
Matthew Teresi.
Andrew Giuliano.
Ely Abukader.
Camille Westbrooks.
Eric Michael McNeil.
Christopher Ware.
Gerald Woso.
Daisy Ruas.
Adne Fernandez.
Vinny Litzes.
Jared Wessel.
Garrett Langan.
Eric Germain.
Ross Marchand.
Ellis Comey Piercy.
Corey Pond.
Pierre Rodney Julian.
Ryan Cronin.
Sue Haiti Ventura.
John Keogh.
Roosevelt Langlois.
Jamie Whitman.
Angelica Lord.
Gregory Bocano.
Ingrid Resenge.
James Abdallah Jr.
Karen Puford.
Raj Patel.
Rodrigo Cardoso.
Joanne Alessandre.
Brett Laughlin.
Daniel Harvey.
Stephen Varney.
Joseph Achiavadi.
Michael Lawrence Gibbons.
Kyung Hoon Kim.
Joseph Patrick Gibbons.
Michael Gillespie.
Teresa Hoke.
Sean Madden.
James Deedy.
Alex Shepard.
Christopher Andrade.
Christopher Seaplick.
Caitlin Marie Flynn.
Paul Watts.
Mackenzie Aaron Flynn.
Victoria Lynn Colbert.
Christian Andino.
Sean Bernardo.
Mackenzie Elizabeth Roan.
Christopher Margulis.
Katrina Elise Rosinski.
Andrew Volpe.
Carrie Ann Hannafin.
Maxine Miller.
Jason Sweet.
Brian Thomas Golden.
Kayur Shrestha.
Joseph Cargiano.
Sony Fan.
Caleb Bucas.
Dominic Tutela.
Anna Silva.
Heather Belanger.
Tanya Opry.
Charlotte Greenwood.
Alyssa Maloney.
Brandon Aletti.
Michael Cook.
Stefan Mitrano.
Matthew Godfroy.
Shannon Moran.
Alexander Johnson.
Catherine Chapman.
Hillary Stokes.
Cara Bastini.
Kevin St. Ange.
Corey Jacobs.
Matt O'Connell.
Ryan Joliet.
Jeffrey Ofore Otubauer.
Jason Pereira.
Matthew Cassidy.
Khalil Kavli.
John Michael Cushion.
Patrick Joseph Cherry.
Nicholas Fagundes.
Michelle Joy Torpe.
Lauren Peterson.
Kyle Martin.
Anthony Ferraro.
Christopher Bradford Shannon.
Sherelle Lopez.
Kurt Nathan Mann.
Natasha Barbosa.
Derek Cavallero.
Alum Nizami.
Sean McKenzie.
Omar Hanif.
James O'Neill.
Alexandra Pulowski.
Daniel Grealish.
Alkimini Karaxinos.
Ryan Constantino.
Sydney Tang Vu.
Magdalene Moray Mateo.
Jeffrey Taylor Gebert.
Luis M. Nunez.
Björn Hansen.
Bartholomew Amqua.
So Ying Tuzoy.
Timothy Josephson.
Anatoly Tomazuk Jr.
Michael Yonker.
Ismaila Marong.
Matthew Hannon.
Sanine Penn.
Vladimir Petrovsky.
Kristen LeBlanc.
Matthew Smith.
Dennis Senbaldi.
Kyle Patrick Kilduff.
Neri Roth Mam.
Casey O'Brien.
Moni Nem. Sophia Chen. Isio Uke. Kawung Win. Sean Abbott. Caitlin Pintel. Zachary Currier. Hector Fernandez. Nguyen Lim. Solida Che. Kelly Mansela. Chiatra Richard Chav. Frank Muay. Johnny Sumter. Joseph Hook. Daniel Furlong. Derek Arnold. Doug Carr. Joshua Holmstrom. Joseph Robert Pendenza. Nicholas Joseph Brignoli. Michael Blaze. Andrea Marias.
Gotcha.
Benjamin Dickinson. Cindy Yu. Andrew Lusigian. William Grogan. Kelly Tibbetts. Anthony Williams. Jad El Ad Mokad.
Okay.
Kennedy Karanja. Michael Ward. Stephanie Marie Rivets. Alessandro Ferraro. Daniel Donahar. Matthew Pell. Kevin Whittier. Zachary Modica. Michael Bernazzani.
Chancellor Meehan, Dean Hines, and Associate Dean Chakrabarty will present candidates from the College of Sciences.
Stephen Cordray.
George Vlatas.
Janine Kirker.
John Thomas Henry.
Robert Paquette.
Daniel James Finch.
Tina Reeves.
Gutha Waya.
Paul Tardif.
Joshua LaBranch.
Sinofan Konomi.
Kevin Michael Southwick.
Roger Bent.
Christopher William Southwick.
Sofanara Ian.
Thomas Frank.
Andrew Charla.
Rui Lin.
Laura Laranje.
Megan Vilkins.
Cameron Carey.
Taylor Kearney.
Dylan Bachman.
Kate Irene Geary.
Julia Jennings.
Michelle Downing.
Christopher Donahue.
Olivia Parkins.
Maria Garvin.
Benjamin Perret.
Luna Agora.
Nathan Gioccini.
Haley Spencer.
Paul Turcott.
Catherine Butler.
Courtney James.
Debasri Roy.
Joy Ajama.
Danielle Hubble.
Rachel Paquette.
Bonnie Carol Flynn.
Ryan Kevin Fitzpatrick.
Alexander B. Che.
Scott Boyko.
Bunlong Heng.
Christian Kush.
Serierath Nov.
Jason Bratt.
Sarah Beaulieu.
James Armstrong.
Cassie Roberge.
Christopher Harden.
Deborah Furneaux.
Andrea Cardarelli.
Owen Grimm.
Ashley Yunkis.
Michael Carney.
Zachary Thompson.
Joshua Callahan.
Michael Kraft.
Robert Fuller.
Ivan Volyinkin.
Joseph Castaglia.
Christopher Splone.
Julie Cothron.
Ryan Cotta Domigan.
Mark Compel.
Megan Faye McCaffrey.
Christina Courtright.
Scott Edward Borwick.
Casey Hill.
Betty McAvose.
Rosalind Alkendo.
Corey Lee.
Flory Pierre.
Laura Igo.
Athi Ramesh.
Sam Heaney-Balf.
Leslie Infante.
Jason Termini.
Rebecca Bennett.
Alexander Lee Nordine.
Sephra May Simono.
Alexander Albert.
Tara Sanzali.
Danielle Tanis.
Thomas Tenozini.
Jonathan E. Roy.
Ryan Farrell.
Daniel J. McCarthy IV.
Rachel Magnia.
Seth Puskarenko.
Allison Ann O'Connor.
Benjamin Blaze.
Eric James Marchese.
Sarah Ardilla.
Chimerind Nanai.
Mary Catherine Provencher.
Timothy Cohen.
Karen J. Ivy.
Benjamin Cow.
Daniel Anthony Gonzalez.
Cameron Morris.
Lauren Carley.
David Jelly Jr.
John Larkin.
William Carlson.
Kyle Greenwood.
Lindsay Rose Ryan.
Kyle Kim.
Colin Domingan Bailey.
Sita Christian Boridi.
Mina Pushtoyar. Taylor Mackinnon.
Sundaramran.
Karithka Rajendra.
Pauline Jeffroy.
Danny Packard.
Jacqueline Soto.
Eduardo Vito.
Esteban Vargas.
Ezekiel McNungo.
Diane Foran.
Ian Nadushi.
Andrew Roy.
Jonathan Madden.
John Joseph Hallisey.
Patrick Ryan.
Tina Marie Dutko.
Ronald Bima.
Sean Robert Mebe.
Lakinya Keen.
Wei Win.
Joanna Yim.
Haley Walker.
Mai Lee.
Luis A. Castillo.
Christina Nugent.
Peter Poku.
Anthony Famdoy.
Latoya R. Medley.
Finn Evans.
Jessica Lima.
Joshua Estrada.
Jinta Paramalamin.
Annie Wang.
Chloe Schneider.
Nick Vervoot.
Deanna Cologne.
Gregory Michael Giannone.
Augustine Nguyen.
Nicholas St. Pierre.
Tom O'Sullivan.
John Snow.
Elias Henry Natty.
Brendan Riley.
Alexander Reeves Light.
Patrick Stickney.
Elizabeth A. Reedy.
Mark Mengakakli.
James Michael Orlando.
Sheila Nguyen.
Samuel Fingerman.
Julia Tran.
Paul Anthony Catalano.
Jennifer Poe.
Peter Ryan Shaffrey.
Jeffrey Chim.
Chapin Tate Johnson.
Priya Bola.
Christopher James Herring.
Matthew Kaminsky.
Edwin Alfonso.
Gregory Porter.
Luden Perez.
Brett Fulton.
Andrew Sangenario.
Timothy Nicholas.
Marquez Berrienval.
Amy Winterfield.
Christopher Maroon.
Gilbert Atrasha.
Hugh Ton.
Tan Nguyen.
Gina Marie Butler.
Kara Wadanka.
Jonathan Slack.
Yang Lee.
Eric J. Hartzler.
Timothy Camo.
Alberto Peralta.
Connor Hilfinger.
Michael Francis Mullen.
Scott Brian White Jr. Nicole Niconder. Nicholas Orfanos. Eldon Lopez. Samuel Kisdonk.
Thank you, sir.
Michael Sosnowski. Anais Temat Sanko. Melanie Hopkins. Alikia Kaporapu. Zara Mazhar.
15 minutes of fame.
Chancellor Meehan, Dean Falcone, and Associate Dean Nash will present undergraduate degree candidates from the College of Fine Arts, Humanities, and the Social Sciences.
Kevin Doherty Jr.
Antonio Bivens.
Tiana Colon.
Nomso Atmaro.
Marcela Garabetti.
O.T. Amshfor.
Angie Lopez.
Melissa Campbell.
Sheila Rodriguez.
Caitlin Mary Baker.
Jennifer Suriel.
Junity Santana.
Marani Maybell Tavares.
Brianna Matthias.
Jessica Jones.
Aldonis Furman Reynoso.
Lisa Jackson.
Stephen Silva.
Nikki Roberge.
Lacey Queen.
Justina Ann Doris.
Layla Baghdad.
Famina Zaman.
Brian Silva.
Alexander Francis Cronin.
Casey Harkins.
Mariah Ilsley.
Britta Durnay.
Kayla Renee Lee.
Brooke Seymour Allaby.
Kendra Mahoney.
Jennifer Rose Quinlan.
Danielle Frost.
Stephen Goody.
Jillian Page.
Thomas Kennedy.
Amy Edwards.
Sean Adley.
Amanda Wick.
Chantal Florence LeBlanc.
And Kit Battelle.
Catherine Philippon.
Kaylee Bachman.
Lynn Benoit.
Arlene Marie Suriel.
Carla Arisplata.
Narlene Marte.
Bridget McLaughlin.
Brandon Quebec.
Sarah Schaefer.
Nicole Bordelot.
Mia Cefalo.
Brittany Green.
Mallory Marie Stamp.
Mark Nolan Rittinger.
Jacob Hunter Galloway.
Takik Igarish.
Ryan Bennett.
Kyle Luke.
Michelle Boulay.
Nicholas Imlock.
Brianna Shirley Goslin Manilow.
Nadine Luongo.
Laura Chung Rudroad.
John Mirali.
Charles Kircher.
Alex Podgen.
Joel Morrell.
Daryl Hamlet.
Erin Stetson.
Caitlin Rata.
Jessica Landry.
Tracy Gaipo.
Robert Largenton.
Douglas Potter.
Deborah Paul.
Eric Slocum.
Marie Louise Aka.
Natalie DeJesus.
Katerina Thanopoulos.
Erica Ann Lopez.
Hannah Mua.
Loris Gonzalez.
Fatmana Canu.
Julissa Marie Martinez.
Janelle Odigi.
Michael Keogh.
Maria Isabel de los Santos.
Matthew Paul Healy.
Lynn Valerie Clergesti.
Ashley Dorothy Mahoney.
Inalsas Alba Perez Minya.
Kathleen Lai.
Ofa Liz Ejafi.
Linda Ning.
Maureen Castle.
Swan Jen.
Keith Martine.
Lena Saroon.
Sean McGovern.
Stephen Chen.
Ryan Estabrook.
William Soletz.
Adam Devine.
Daniel Sutherland.
Jacob David Lapointe.
Samantha Nuong V. Nguyen.
Carol Thibodeau.
Erica Daniel Bowden.
Heather Wyatt.
Mark Anthony Safi.
Brittany Lee Anderson.
Cameron Monteith.
Raquel Jean Louise.
Rose Pham Pham.
Angie Romero.
Michelle Ferran.
Aubrey Krieger.
Kiana Ferrantis.
Christian DuPont.
Devin White.
Stephen Bova.
Christopher Frederico.
Eric Smith.
Antoinette Toussaint.
Novelette Scaff.
Daniel Patrick Luther.
Vin Lee.
Rebecca Gordon.
Paris Massey.
Nicole Vigneault.
Jimmy Ortiz.
Benjamin Gale.
Corey Lanier.
Julie Morris.
Victoria Lee Crenshaw.
Nicholas Pasco.
Samantha Freedy Cahill.
Andrew Duval.
Riyad Benchek.
Sean Fitzpatrick.
Keith Lewis.
Anthony Trecha.
John Patrick Connors.
Andrea Chick.
Trevor Bryant.
Alexander Avery.
Samantha Christian Roberts.
Ashley Barreau.
Lee Shannon Jarrett.
Jessica Lynn Tawonsky.
Deanna Reichman.
Justin Campanello.
Catherine Elizabeth Hennessy.
Eileen Ryan.
Anthony Brown.
Alexandra Giannini Diderdian.
Emily Reynolds.
Peter Aparetti.
Colleen Lally.
Courtney LeMay.
Cora Jeffrey.
Stephen Kinney.
Emily Grace Jarmalix.
Donald Walsh.
Jessica Stern.
Jessica Witz.
Yalitza D. Ovalas.
Kevin Scott Gross. Daniel Hurd.
Jasmine Ibet Feliz.
Terror Almquist.
Stacy Para.
Kimberly Laguna.
Jillian Sarah Fudge.
Kimberly Danielle Magid.
Diana Marie Madden.
Matthew Sichinta.
Janelle De Camillis.
Mark Bender.
Rose Mahoney.
Jonathan McCarthy.
Dylan Smith.
Joseph Bartua.
Graham Richard Clancy.
Michael DeTore.
Farine McDonald.
Anthony Kondo.
Kimberly Haskins.
James Fortier.
Megan Diane McLaughlin.
Jesse Stiglich.
Kimberly Conroy.
Miklo Nazare.
Anna Snyder.
Sean Rosignol.
Laurel Kazanjian.
Lauren Fiola.
Amanda Giuliano.
Stephanie Walker.
Shanna Michelle Dunleavy.
Marissa Avery.
Samantha Crockett.
Janelle Clarkson.
Nadina Marie DeGracia.
Garrett Cole.
Aruj Bhatti.
James O'Sullivan.
Caitlin Donnelly.
Justin De Silva.
Candace Lata.
Brian Babikian.
Miranda Wood.
Robert DiPiano.
Elizabeth Michelle Kaplan.
DeLeon Narcis Jr.
Julie Chandler.
Stephanie Kellett.
Adam Kyle.
Gregory and Alexandropoulos.
Nanishka Marie Policifer.
Ian Kresge.
Allison Marie Bull.
Jeffrey Farrick.
Melissa Marie Fish.
Chelsea White.
Stephen Rotondi.
Matthew Heggie.
Justin Marcinkus.
Carrie Ann Olson.
Michael Wellen.
Vladimir Francois.
Samantha Marie Altobello.
Jeffrey Williams.
Kirsty Isakungas.
Shane Patrick Sloban.
Jeffrey M. Sullivan.
Nicholas Batoris.
Daniel Joseph Dugan.
Cami Dukas.
Kevin Francis Daisy.
Nicholas Andros.
Paul Edward Joffrin.
Alexandra McIsaac.
Craig Robertson.
Nikki Lynch.
Samantha Friend.
Kosai Estowani.
Rachel Tyne.
Patrick Farrell.
Tyler Michael Stewart.
Connor O'Riordan.
Christopher James Carney.
Carissa Giacalone.
Nikki Ray Zarella.
Anessa Gavorkian.
Justin Loranger.
Megardich Kasabian.
William A. Nunez.
Ettore Damari.
Kevin Charles Driscoll.
Megan Chapman.
Gerdian Hissa.
Cornelius Sheehan.
Mary Elizabeth Femling.
Evan Walters.
Melissa Ritchie.
Josiah Kovanmatse.
Mario Alfonso.
Chelsea Leonard.
Michael Scammon.
Jennifer McElroy.
Tyler Patrick Harrigan.
Brian Lopez.
Harrington. Abigail Kathleen Burnham.
Christopher Robert Brander.
Nguyen Chum.
Brian Diaz.
Peter Higdon.
Eric Renillo.
Jenna M. Benelli.
Melissa Mills.
Mabel Kuverbitas Doucette.
Stephen Griffin.
Yuyana Alfaru.
Tiffany Pierce.
Georgina A. Caney.
Jason Goulet.
David DeWide.
Benjamin Bunker.
Gavin Bruce Wood.
Kevin Dwyer. Ryan Leibel.
Aria Carmela Rich.
Marcel Sarah. Danielle
Aria.
Ramjan.
Sarah Spanis.
Matthew Soares.
Benjamin Erickson.
Alicia LeBlanc.
Tony Marie Pilato.
Lauren Paquette.
Megan Barker.
Cassandra Evans.
Stephen Rash.
Tegan Davis.
Rosalie Parr.
Ryan Sawin.
Sally Elizabeth Berger.
Robert Gayozi.
Corey Favalora.
Michael Flaherty.
James M. Peterson.
Tracy Lynn Gauthier.
Brendan O'Riordan.
Gwen Huang.
Alexander Betsis.
Matthew Norris.
Patricia Manning McEvoy.
Wahid Khan.
Patrick Cochran.
Andrea Schwartz.
Joshua Kelly.
Pamela McMahon.
Sonia Lee DeCuna.
Megan Dovino.
Tommy Sui.
Sandra Umana.
Grace Reeder.
Flor Marie Figueroa.
Justin Kimball.
Catherine Emma Durant.
Andrew Baptista.
Stephanie Soares.
Christina Chase.
Michael Gander.
Tony Miller.
Brian Demergian.
Andrew Skoog.
Daniel Lee.
Elizabeth Libro.
Lauren Keogh.
Aaron Pelletier.
Christina Kirby.
Joseph Peavy.
Amanda Martinez.
Joshua Rivard.
Corey Dumais.
Eric Shane Clark.
Frank Solani.
Craig Sincata.
Shahjahan Khan.
Nicholas A. Giasulo.
Robert Moat.
Dominique Rivera.
Rachel Emily Flynn.
Alicia Nicole Pagan.
Brittany Curran Bowden.
Ruben Zetterquest Walton.
Acer Honore.
Jessica Lang.
Fred Emond.
Jillian Dubray.
Sarah McNamara.
Michael Robert Ryan.
Derek T. O'Neill.
Summer Tao.
Robert George Chuchara.
Amanda Mullen.
Edwin Shoemaker.
Rodney Conley. Brendan
Rita DeFrays Douglas.
Brendan Joseph Thompson.
Matthew Walderden.
Rishi Parmar.
Cynthia Pia Ball.
Alex Tomas Adach.
Benjamin Aiken.
Brett Power.
Viviana Blandon.
Sean Ohanian.
Marianne Mr. Price.
Allison Jean Wilson.
Jacinda Murphy.
John James Carey.
Heather Zuppa.
Connor M. Johnson.
Caitlin Richardson.
James Bauer.
Charlene Zdanowitz.
Sean Drew, Jr.
Anne-Marie Curran.
Janae Wright.
Rishi Vakopali.
Alex Chason.
Neil Tembelkar.
Courtney Lynn Clark.
Kayla Walking.
Alyssa Lynn Piper.
Yaleen Salado.
Christina Flynn.
Tara Antofonario.
Erin Forty.
Natalie Atkins.
Sarah Fernald.
April Hunt, Commonwealth Honors.
Christopher Feldy.
Kelly D. Jackson.
Christopher Abreu.
Samantha Elizabeth Victoria.
Gina Coyle.
Maria Susan Kotzios.
Todd Evan Bowser.
Victor Allison Nee.
Brian Massey.
Leslie Catherine Clark.
Edgar Musake.
Melissa Garbowski.
Gideon Jesse.
Catherine Stedman.
Joseph Janachski.
Stephanie Michaud.
Temato Barriotola.
Janelle Eddy.
Caitlin Elizabeth Abbott.
Esther Iyunhe Kim.
Brianna Hartery.
Anlia Song Jang.
Christina Mazeral.
Jesse Clark.
Ramani Ferreria.
Nicholas Edward LeClaire.
Samantha Romano.
Joanne Kane.
William Amarina.
Ethan Carr.
Dana Stevens.
Helder Sevilla.
Eric Hebert.
Dalise Diaz.
Karina Petrashova.
Annette Figueroa.
Salvatore Ciano.
Andres Goodman.
Michelle Feeback.
Joseph Mulcahy.
Ariana Marie Stack.
William Boutte.
Mark Hooten.
Julie Kirschbaum.
David Hickey.
Cameron Inafo.
Dari Posada.
Johanna Ramirez.
Tyler Evans.
Edwin Vieira.
Brett DeMole.
Amanda Zahn.
Nicholas Noftel.
Carol Ann Mahoney.
Eamon Corey.
Erica Stephanie Dow.
Martin Cabusi.
Alicia Ventrilo.
Tiana Nadelli.
Alicia Kinney.
Liana Josephine Olmsted.
Kelsey Samard.
Christopher Michael Adley.
Natalia Papicelli.
Elias Manuel Rosado.
Brian Schumann.
Jacqueline Anita DePercio.
Tara Lynch.
Allison Millerek.
Shannon Lee Rodriguez.
Natasha Torres.
Alexander Duran.
Alex Tayung.
Nicholas Vaughn.
Christopher Hampton Silva.
Erica Tremblay.
Peter Draculakis.
Catherine Munoz.
Beyazamin Jimenez.
Molly Desmond.
Magna Fernand.
Katerina Kalabikos.
Samira Hussein.
Hope Kizavuli.
Janelle Gaddis.
Nehemi Cynthia Kang.
LaDonya Buchanan.
Jeffrey Rodriguez.
Eliza Page Calvin.
Giovanni Fernandez.
Meredith Ryan Lord.
Sheila Marie Pimentel.
Samantha Lozier.
Whitney S. Golden.
Caitlin Amanda Davis.
Lindsay Joyce Sargent.
Joseph George Lua.
Megan Flynn.
Kristen Elise Franchi.
Jillian McDermott.
Aferdia Delia.
Julie Marassi.
Brian Caballo.
Sarah Bosver.
Aledo Ekchukuwu.
Christopher Costa.
Constance Renee Tolmer.
Hope Sigmon.
Amy L. Maldonado. Patrick Gendro.
Camaras Vargas.
Kimberly Berry.
Vanessa Loriano.
Peter Bogue.
Ryan Mathis.
Shavon Summer Ratcliffe.
Kelly Jean Hurley.
Megan Posco.
Robert Siravak.
Saina Khalifa.
Sophia Lacriman.
Mana Abdallah.
Justine Venti.
Lawrence Bateman.
Brendan Christopher Lee.
Emily Anyon,
Derek Michael Lenoir,
Timothy King,
Rem Aligan,
Alex Janet,
Shakira Moretta,
Phyllis Wango,
Samantha Rondeau,
Sarah Elizabeth Hartel,
Brittany Lee Caldwell,
Trevor Cullen,
Theodore Dimitro,
Sarah Jessica Talmer,
Jerry Salcedo,
Courtney S. Blanken,
Heather Geegan,
Jenna Rose Johnson,
Joshua Aaron Rosenthal,
Derek Allerud,
Solomon Gatau,
Matthew Good,
Victoria Robinson,
Corey Michael Peters,
Pamela Kerrigan,
Raymond Jean,
Alejandro Balbuena,
Stephanie Jose,
Colleen Marie Morell,
Shanad Fook,
Jane Hillary Carlton,
David John Weston,
Katara Harding,
Anthony Abu Khalil,
Molly Page Barron,
John Douglas Murphy,
Michael Keefe, Sophia Palich, Brett Sullivan, Juliana Leone, Timothy Lawler Jr., Vincent Matrano, Jeffrey McCarthy, Christine Carolino, Khushbu Patel, accepting the diploma on behalf of Christopher O'Neill is his mother, Michelle Norton. Christopher passed away last year.
Will all candidates for bachelor degrees and associate degrees please stand? Chancellor Meehan, the deans of the several colleges and I certify that these undergraduate students have completed all university requirements, and I ask that you confer their degrees.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Absolutely.
By the authority vested in me by the University of Massachusetts Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon these candidates their undergraduate degrees with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining. And I welcome each and every one of you to the community of educated men and women. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go, we were saddened to learn this week of the passing of Dr. Mary E. McGovern, the Vice President for Student Affairs at UMass Lowell, who was a pioneering educator and administrator, a cutting-edge woman of her time. Mary McGovern's contributions to this university are timeless because they live on in the generations of students that she helped guide through the world. More important than that, she admitted me to this university. She will be missed, but never forgotten. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a day like today could not happen without incredible, extraordinary efforts of our many faculty and staff. Please join me in thanking them for everything that they did to make today such a special day. And now you are all welcome to join us for a reception after the ceremony in a tent adjacent to the Tsongas Center. Please remain seated until the platform party has left the Tsongas Center. And now, Mr. Sheriff, please bring this meeting to a close.
As the High Sheriff of Middlesex County, I declare that this meeting will be adjourned.
Thank you.